Okay, today's video is about aerating a small pond and a pump and solar panel combination that I highly recommend, and also discussing what systems to stay away from. What I did was I went outside and made a little video of my pond with this system in action so you can see it working, and let's start with that video. So I'm going to play that now.
Okay, I'm making this video to discuss a aeration pump that I'm using to aerate this small frog pond that I have in my backyard. It's about 7 feet long by 4 feet wide by maybe 1.5 feet deep at its center. And I am getting a ton of bubbles out of this aeration pump, inexpensive pump that we will talk about, and I'll give you the links to. And it's I've got it protected in this plastic box, which was a box I had with screws in it. I just drilled some holes and turned it upside down and put the pump in it. And then I've got this solar panel. It's about 14 inches by 8 inches. That's its dimensions. Anyway, we'll talk about the links and so forth and how well this works versus some other pumps I've tried, which are terrible.
All right, so thanks for watching that video. And what I'll do is I'll start with some Amazon links to show the products I recommend versus the ones I recommend you stay away from. And then we'll take a look at the actual hardware, which I have on my desk here next to my computer. So let's start by looking at these Amazon links. So this is the system that I recommend you stay away from. Let me zoom out a little. Yeah, this is absolute garbage. It's a small solar panel, a very small pump. It comes with some tubing and some aerating stones, which is nice, but yeah, it's really garbage. This is the pump that's inside of that box. It's a tiny little pump. It doesn't produce very much pressure. It doesn't produce very many bubbles. And worst of all, the diaphragm inside is very thin and it breaks in less than a year. The other thing that they sell on Amazon and the same company is a replacement pump. So if we go back to the original product, you get the solar panel, you get this black box, which is the pump, you get the tubing and so forth. The pump dies, and then they sell you this, or they want you to buy this replacement pump, $14. Inside of that box is, once again, this tiny little pump, which doesn't work very well and breaks down. What I recommend is the next thing here, which is this pump. It's much larger. It produces 15 psi of pressure and produces a ton of bubbles, as was shown in the video that I just showed you. And then this is the solar panel I recommend. It's just a separate item sold by a separate company. Yeah, it's a little bit more money, but the solar panel lasts forever. And it produces enough power to really drive that pump with good pressure and good volume of bubbles. And these are the air stones that I'm using along with the pump and the solar panel. So I'm just going to move my camera and show you the actual hardware now on my desktop. So yeah, I took this away from the pond and I opened up the box. So here it is. It's just a deck screw box that I had in the garage. And this is the pump versus the one that comes from that other junk product. And you can see it's just much bigger. So it's much more capable. I did have to drill a hole on either side of this box, come in with the wiring from the solar panel, solder that up in 2 places, the positive and negative onto the pump motor, and on the other side I've got the tubing going through a hole, and then off it goes to the pond. Here's the solar panel, and let me turn over and show you the back of it. The label says 12 watts. I actually measured it in full sun with my my multimeter, and I'm getting 5.1 volts and half an amp, so it's 2.5 watts, not 12 watts. But it's enough to drive this pump when the solar panel is in the sun. And as you saw in the video, it drives it quite well. So what I do is I just turn this box upside down, clip the bottom lid on it, and I put a little rubber tab here to keep it off the very bottom in case any moisture gets inside. Keep the motor off the bottom, and that's it. Put it on my pond, and it just works great. So yeah, here again I recommend this pump. It's the same price as you'd pay for that little one inside the black box, which you end up throwing away every year, and this solar panel. All right, thanks for watching.